Storm, filmed live on location in Pepper Whistle in the beautiful heart of downtown Kokomo. I am Sean Hilton, your co-host, and I am joined today by the lovely...
April Thatcher.
Every time it's like throwing a life preserver to somebody that just doesn't want to be saved. You kill me. You kill me, April, but I love you anyway. How's your week been?
Well, nice until now, apparently. I didn't know it was like
I can live with that.
Life preserver out. Okay.
Life preserver.
Anyway.
So you've been up to crazy wild stuff over the weekend in Kokomo?
Oh, you know it.
What are the geeky things going on about town? We've had like concerts and festivities and fun events.
I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like
I got nothing. I haven't
all
been
right. Well,
there's some music going on at Foster Park usually. Oh, I know what's going on
What's
tonight,
going on?
but it'll be too late.
Well, you never know.
There's a family movie
There's a family movie. All right, well, if it's too late, there was a family movie.
Yeah,
it's free admission. It goes on at the park. Check back to your local listings, and we'll see what we can do for that. So this week we covered some movies. Welcome to the cinema. Let's go to the lobby and get some popcorn and blah, blah. Can you do the song?
Oh, no.
What? No, you can't do it or you won't do it?
I don't know.
Let's all go to the lobby. Little popcorn cartoon guy walking up and down with like, hey, you should drink some liquid candy called Coca-Cola and pay $5 a thing for it. It'll be awesome. You gonna take a mortgage out on your house to pay for this? No, nothing. Nope, you got nothing for me on any of that either.
I don't. You just need to be nice today, okay?
Well, how about previews? We saw some previews before the movie started. What do you got? What was your favorite preview?
I was talking during the preview.
Yeah, I noticed. Talking during the preview. See, the previews, folks, previews are part of the movie. That means your damn cell phone should be turned off. They should be closed and placed firmly in your pocket with the volume taken down, which means I shouldn't have to see your Facebook postings or the little like, well, it doesn't bother you. Yes, in fact, it does bother me. I paid a lot of money to go see the film, and what I didn't pay for was the luxury of seeing you update your LOL cats. I don't give a damn. I'm there for the movie, and your little glowing screen and your radiation cancer causing. No, I'm talking about the chick that was in front of me. That's Mundy's girlfriend, but she turned it off once I kicked her seat a few times. But there's all through the screen. People are doing that now. They're like, don't consider the previews to be a part of the film. Well, guess what? For me, the film might suck, but the previews might save it.
Okay.
Do you feel thoroughly admonished now?
I just want to crawl under the table. Like.
All right, so what was your favorite preview? What do you got?
I told you I was talking through them.
Which just proves my point! There's no talking during the previews. You know what you do watching the previews? You should be going, oh, that looks really good. I want to go see that one, and I want to see that one, and I want to see that one. That's what my favorite preview was.
Hey, Sean, Mr. Grumpy Pants. What was your favorite preview?
Well, I wouldn't know because the blonde chick next to me wouldn't shut up during the previews. I couldn't hear the damn thing.
There was one you woohooed during.
Woohoo! 47 Ronin, Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Oh, that looks so good. I don't even like Keanu Reeves that much, but 47 Ronin. That whole, the previews looked amazing. Did you see that? Did you pay attention to that one?
I did. After you woohooed, I said, hey,
that's right.
What's Sean woohooing over? And then I turned and...
It was good. Oh yeah, 47 Ronin. If we gotta get some clips up or something and post and put in there. It's period piece, Caucasian fellow in Japan trained to blah blah and samurai action, and we're dealing with your Japanese or Asian elements of fairy tales and folklore and all their kind of trappings. It's really sharp looking. Really good stuff. I've been hearing great things about it for a little while. Very, very excited about 47 Ronin. It's like, yeah! Plus, it was a great preview to go with this particular movie, The Wolverine. Which, by the way, we've talked for like 4 or 5 minutes. We haven't even talked about what the movie was called, which was The Wolverine. I spent a year tracking the Wolverine. That was like the best line of the entire thing for me.
Oh, you think?
Oh yeah, that for the previews part of what we saw before it, but then we get into it. So, The Wolverine. Rated PG-13, runs a little over 2 hours. 20th Century Fox. What we saw last night?
$115 million budget to create.
Yeah, it's really not. I mean, we say that nowadays, like, oh, $115 million. Today, that's not that much money. Sadly, I mean, you would think it's a lot of money,
It
but
wasn't. It didn't appear to be cheaply made by any.
gotcha.
stretch of the
But do you think that
imagination.
money showed on the screen? Did you see $120 million worth of stuff happening? Was it there for you? Did you see that money get spent?
I don't think it was put to waste. I think that it wasn't. You're difficult to deal with today.
I am deeply
making me
entranced
sweat.
by the words that are coming out of your mouth. I can't wait to hear it all.
Okay.
Mhm.
I thought, they put the money in casting. Obviously, they actually had real actors. It wasn't all in CG.
Real actors? Besides Hugh Jackman?
It would have been ridiculous had they put anybody else in the part.
What I'm saying though is that they had Hugh Jackman and then they had
Uh,
a bunch of people I don't know.
But they were appropriate in
Okay.
their roles.
I disagree with you on one point, but we will
Okay.
get to that.
All right. Well, I'm not going to make you happy today.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not even going to try.
Oh, you're my favorite.
It's about you guys.
You are so much better than Mike Harrison. I like you so much more. You're my favorite.
Thanks. So anyway,
That's yummy.
X-Men.
X-Men, no?
Yeah.
The Wolverine.
Wolverine, what the heck? I told you, you got me sweating. I'm like shaking on the inside.
Really? All right.
Okay.
There was X-Men in it. There was Funky Jansen returning as Jean Grey, who died in the third horrible movie.
Okay.
She's back.
Yeah, and this is the 6th X-Men installment type
Yeah,
deal?
now I'm getting confused because you had the 3 X-Men movies that were like, absolutely X-Men. There was a Wolverine Origins movie, which was not very good. And then you had that X-Men, which kind of was like a restart of them back in the 60s, School One or something. So now they're saying I think what they're trying to do is retroactively kind of put them all together to get that Marvel film thing where we had the Iron Man, the Thor, and the Hulk and Cap all relate to the Avengers. So I think what they're trying to do now is go back, figure out a way to connect it all so it looks like they had a much bigger plan, which I don't think for a second they had a plan whatsoever. I think you had those 3 movies, and you had Wolverine completely separate. I think you had X-Men First Class completely separate. And now with the 6th one, they've like, oh, that's a lot of money. We need to figure out how to do that. And I think that's what we're seeing.
And I'm just trying to, was the last X-Men movie in 06? The last stand?
Yeah, I think so. It was a long time ago. I mean, for being kind of a crowd pleaser, as fast as they relaunched like Batmans and stuff like that, they really weren't in a big hurry to relaunch the X-Men franchise.
Right.
So I'm a little surprised by that. So what do you think of overall, general 2 hours of mutant mayhem? What would you think?
I thought the beginning, it's like 1945.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead of you.
Yeah. So this is what the movie is about. 1945, Nagasaki, Japan. Wolverine saves this guy, which turns out to be Yukishima, or is that who it is?
Harada?
Oh, what?
Is it Harada?
Yashida.
Nagasaki. I see those right there.
Yes.
Yoshida.
Yeah.
Save
I have
Yoshida.
notes.
Sure, those are good too. I could read them from here, upside down.
I had terrible handwriting.
He
But
said-
so anyway, he saves him, and then there's an aspect of the human side of Wolverine, right? His longing to be kind of normal and being kind of outcast, which is a normal thing.
So I thought during that particular scene, which is kind of like a pre-soft opening, World War II, Fat Man, Little Boy, bombs, famous, holy cow.
Fat Man, Little Boy.
I think that's the name of the bombs.
What?
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Enola Gay, Fat Man, Little Boy. I'm pretty sure somebody, the guy can put us at the bottom, and Mike can go in and then spend an extra hour and a half trying to make that work and fit it in and go, Shawn said this and he was wrong, but Mike's not here to correct him, and
Nobody
blah, blah,
ever
blah,
corrects.
but regardless.
Whatever.
I thought there was a nice reflection because you see, the Japanese soldier, Yoshido here, being very human. He sees what's about to happen. They know that this thing's coming, it seems. I'm not sure where the info came from. And he is going out of his way, being shot at by his own troops to save POWs. He is letting them out. Not that they're going anywhere that's going to possibly survive, but they're getting out. He's letting him loose, and then the last thing you see is this huge encased bunker. So you see a very human side of him, which helps, I think, relate. And then you see some great stuff with Wolverine, kind of, you know, paying it forward, I guess.
Right.
So,
more than paying.
You know,
paying it forward.
It was really good stuff.
It was, and so from then on, it moves forward to the red-haired anime type character.
Yuko? Is it Yuko or Yukio?
Yukio.
Yukio.
I think Yuko
Sorry,
is
she's great in the book.
Y.
So.
UKO.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. So she has been seeking him out for a year, apparently, because and it feels like it's like her master.
Sure.
Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
Yoshida.
I agree.
Has been seeking him, wants to say goodbye to him, and
one last thank you for
one last thank you
for all the things he did for him throughout the years.
Right. And
I thought she did a great job. She was a lot of fun. She was the yin yang kind of factor that I think you need in that character. She is quietly reserved in her ability to, exactly, her control and her ability to, but the red anime style hair, the over the top red hair and the clothing. And then once she unleashes, you know, swords everywhere and the training, the fighting, again, it's the yin yang, not only to herself, because you see her in a very formal setting, you see her in an informal setting, and she seems very happy. In the book, she's a very free spirit. But you also have a great mirror dichotomy kind of thing with Wolverine, where Wolverine is typically unleashed fury and just like, and just he rips the room apart. Yukio is very methodical in the way that she would destroy the room. You know, when she is done, the room is still going to be standing, the property values are going to be great, everybody's going to be dead. When Wolverine's done, the mirror's broken, the glass is shattered, the door is gone, the place is on fire, and everybody's dead. So if, you know, somebody was going to kill everybody in Pepper Whistle, I want it to be Yukio and not, in fact, Logan.
Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
But, I mean, that's the gist of the story, is that he is being tracked down as a favor and a thank you, and then that leads into the rest of what happens throughout the film.
And there's also the yin-yang type factor with Mariko, who is...
the granddaughter of Yoshida.
Yoshida's, yes, granddaughter. So there were a lot of, you know, different balancing aspects, which goes back to it being cast well and the storyline flowing and being appropriate to the story.
Jump back forward a little bit. This particular, a lot of the elements of the Wolverine are based on the the Chris Claremont Frank Miller comic book from around, I think, late '82, perhaps really early '83, like January of '83, but somewhere really, I was like 10 years old. This was one of those books that, as a young, up-and-coming comic book reader, really drew me in, because it was completely different than a lot of the things we'd already seen. You were seeing most of the superhero fare took place in the United States or Canada or something that looked really familiar. For them to go over to Asia, and in this particular, I mean, Wolverine, and a lot of times is wearing like a traditional looking style comic version, but a kimono, and you know, there's a lot of elements like that going on throughout the whole thing. They really played up quite a bit of that kind of look, and
they put a lot of Japanese culture and
throughout the whole thing.
In it.
Yeah, this whole thing is about Wolverine, Logan, kind of. He finally finds peace a little bit, you know. In the movie, it touches on that a little bit, but in the book, it really tries. It starts off with him feral and savage, and tries to bring him back down before unleashing all kinds of hell again. Plus, you get ninjas, ninjas everywhere. There are ninjas just killing and causing. But I'd say my one flaw with the movie is the casting of the young lady who played Viper, who I don't know if that's in your notes or not.
Oh my goodness, Svetlana Kucherblova?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, tall, blonde, leggy, mutant character playing Viper. Viper is a very well-known comic book villain. She's probably one of, at least in that time period when it was first written in the 1980s, probably the most well-known comic book villainess. And she's Asian. It goes along with whatever, you know, with what's going on in the whole theme. Silver Samurai, which we see in the previews, the giant Silver Samurai robot thing. Right. But in the book, Silver Samurai is her right-hand man, and it's like, you know, her enforcer kind of character. She's Asian. All the stuff's going on. And in this, she's played by what looks to be a reject from the Swedish swimsuit team or something. It was, what the hell?
Very, very thin. Yes, shoes.
I take a little issue here because I think, and I could be very, very wrong. I looked it up a little bit. Originally, they were talking to Jessica Biel. But the point is, Jessica Biel, last time I checked, maybe she's got some Asian heritage somewhere in her lineage. But it seems like the casting on this, and we're giving kudos to casting, but I think on this, we're trying to break up the ethnicity of the faces. We have Logan as a Caucasian. We have the entire, pretty much rest of everybody else as Asian. So I think that they wanted to make sure that their villainess was of Caucasian or a different ethnicity than the rest of the thing to break it up. And that just really, I'm like, no, this is a whole movie about Asia.
But I loved to hate her, though.
Really?
She was very hateable, I thought. I mean, she was like, she was pretty, but just something about her was just like,
I gotta admit, I did not find her attractive. She didn't do anything for me on that end. I thought she was a little overplayed. I thought her powers were a little over the top with the way they handled it. Now we're talking, and over the top, and Wolverine claws popping out, sticking out. But
I love she shed her skin.
That was a cool scene.
It was very cool.
I mean, there was cool scenes with her. She seemed to me, she was like a bull in a china shop when it came to her scenes. When she was on screen, she ate it up. Even if she was in the background, you're like, oh, she's evil. I mean, she's a bad guy, you know. And just like the entire time, it was like over the top acting, especially compared to Yukio, who I thought was a lot more subtle, and some of the other characters were more subtle. She really felt like an over the top sci-fi channel bad guy kind of thing going on. So,
well, I thought it needed that.
You would have been a better Viper. I would have paid.
My tongue's not.
Well, it's okay. I don't think hers is either. So I think it's a digital thing.
Obviously.
Yeah, I think whatever. So, but overall, pretty sharp movie. We've talked forever about it. It's pretty well done. You gotta stay for the mid credits. We're gonna help you out. We're not spoil anything. About 2 or 3 minutes into the credits, the best scene of the entire damn movie happens after the movie's over, and then leave because there's nothing. At the end credits, there's nothing.
Should we just say?
No, I'm not going to.
Nothing?
You can if you want to be that person, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, now that you put it that way, I don't want to be that person.
I kicked the person who ruined that surprise for me, but there is a surprise 2 or 3 minutes into the credits. But then after that, there's no more stuff.
Great. And I guess the only thing I'll say about it is that it received a round of applause, that it was that well received. So definitely, I'd go see it, see what the heck people were applauding.
I didn't applaud.
But you were there, you heard the applause.
Oh, absolutely. I've never understood that. I had a teacher, a grade school teacher once, when I was very young. You know, because after the little film clip, because that was the old days we actually had film. You know, you probably didn't have that because you're young. You probably watched DVDs or something. But after an actual movie, you know, some of the kids clapped, and she's like, "There's nobody here. There's no reason to clap." So to this day, I will not clap at a movie. There's no point unless the actors are there.
Clapping is an expression of your own emotions.
Woohoo!
And it was shared as a group, so.
Yeah, you yell woohoo during the 47 Ronin, and everybody knows.
Not everybody can woohoo. Okay?
Why not? Just give me a woohoo.
Woohoo!
See? Even you can woohoo.
But not everybody just has that in them.
Woohoo! It was good stuff. Either way.
It was good stuff.
It was a fun movie. PG-13. Yeah. Tons of not blood everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
surprisingly.
Well, PG-13. It was crazy because he is. Like stick, everything, and then nothing, no blood,
good
nothing.
Good storyline.
Good effects.
Good effects.
Overall, pretty good. I thought the ending was very, very predictable.
Oh, it smells so good in here.
I don't know what they're making right now, but
it's like
is
chocolate
good.
chip cookies or waffles. I don't know. It's intoxicating. Okay, so still just energy drinks, nothing exciting.
I don't. What do you say? Okay. What else you got?
I have spiked heels on. I might just kick you.
I'm into that. That's cool. Hey, so
we
in the wonderful world of comics. What do you got?
I got.
Big stack.
Do you want me to go? You
no, knock it out. I've been harassing you enough. I can get up, go.
Okay.
I should go check what they're making while you do all this and just come back.
Sorry. Hunger.
I am at Pepper Whistle right now.
Hungry. Come into Pepper Whistle. It's yum. Yummy. So, this is kind of like after Age of Ultron type deal.
Yes.
It's all right. Sorry.
Talk about my review.
Some of you guys might like it better than I did. It's okay. I'm normally wrong, as if you've ever watched the show, which you might not. I don't know. You'll learn that. So anyway, the art was okay. The story was all right. The main character was very cocky. I just kind of wanted to smack him through half of it. No, actually, there are some really great pages of
I think
art.
there might be some deflection from the comic.
But anyway, yeah, it was. I didn't really care if I read it. The next one.
Wow, well that's not a good sign then.
Yeah. I think maybe I should start reading 3 comics a week because there's always one I really don't like. And it's always overshadowed by the one I do like.
I'm not a big fan of the Ultimate Universe myself, and this seems to be taking place in the Ultimate Universe. So the traditional universe that people know, the Avengers and all that, are what's called the 616 universe, which is, I think, the address of where Marvel Comics actually is in New York or something like that. And this is the Ultimate Universe, so these are shades of the characters you know, but they're twisted and changed in usually a positive way for a modern day setting. So, you know, the version of Captain America there's
this
different.
guy just wanted a hamburger. And
so is he like Silver Surfer in here or something? Is that what it looks like? He's getting the power cosmic or something?
he's the Watcher.
Oh, he's the Watcher?
This kid that wants a hamburger, and he's leaving.
Oh, Rick Jones. He's Rick Jones. That's great. Okay.
I'm Rick Jones.
Rick
Oh,
Jones.
what?
That's good. Hey, what else you got?
So, I also got
that was Marvel's DC?
Yeah, Justice League Trinity War.
The Trinity War.
Yeah, I read all 3 of them just to make sure I knew what the heck I was talking about.
So you got Justice League of America, and Justice League Dark.
Yeah. So this one.
Justice League Dark.
This is what I read this week, where all the art in all 3 of these are really great. If you're starting the series, the first one's, in my opinion, a little more difficult to read. It definitely gets better moving towards, you know, the 3rd one. I enjoyed it. I read, you know, I sat down and read all of them. I didn't want to stop, and I'm ready for the next one to come out. I enjoy all of the characters in it, especially Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman! She got an invisible jet?
Not yet, I don't think.
She blocks
She has her
some
lasso,
bracelets?
No, but this Justice League Dark, she's the main person trying to find them.
Do you think the lasso is admissible in court? Like, you know what, we can't get him to tell the truth. Let's bring in Wonder Woman. Tell us, where were you on the night of the murders? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't
That'd be fun, though.
Yeah, it would be.
So,
But yeah, it was good. I'd recommend it.
the guy who created Wonder Woman, the whole lasso of truth thing, had some dealings with the polygraph.
Oh, really?
Yep, he's the one that, I don't think he invented the polygraph, I think he invented the way they read the polygraph to tell that stuff. Okay. So the guy who came up with the lasso of truth helped, you know, polygraph. So there you go. There's your trivia for the day.
I'm definitely worried about Superman.
What? You're worried about Brandon Routh, Dean Cain, which one? Or just these Superman, these
in
books?
here.
Oh, okay.
In this comic book.
How's he doing?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
He's not doing very good.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. We're not really sure yet. Pandora might have something to do with it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's got a problem with magic.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that she is probably very magical.
Her boxes.
I read Wild Blue Yonder from IDW. We gave a lot of shout out to Marvel, and they got like 54% of the market. And these guys have got like, I don't know, 50 some odd percent, which is more than 100, so the math isn't quite right. But these 2 guys together own like, I don't know, 90 some percent of the market or something crazy like that. So IDW compared to those guys is a little tiny fish in a great big pond trying to get away from barracuda and great whites and, you know, giant squid things from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. But damn, this is a good book. It's called Wild Blue Yonder. It's kind of like a post-apocalypse thing, but it goes into the air. The idea is that the land itself is pretty nasty, and so we're going into flying craft, dirigibles, big planes. You know, we haven't got a floating city yet, really, but that kind of stuff. You've got a bit of almost like a Serenity Firefly feel, but only in the sense that I think in modern age now, anytime you see a close-knit family group, people who saw that show like myself can kind of easily put square pegs into round holes for, oh, this is very Firefly-like, because you actually did like this family unit. So the idea is that you've got a crew of one of these fairly large ships, I believe the Dawn, and they are just trying to keep flying and keep up in the air and stop stuff from bad things from happening. And the focus there is about a new recruit, a gun. And the guns are guys that go out and are risking their lives in one of the most dangerous spots when they get into battles and stuff as people are trying to steal supplies and raid and whatnot. These guys strap on Rocketeer-style backpacks instead of airplanes with hatchets and weapons, and they themselves are basically a weapon. They are to bring down and stop people from damaging the other crafts, the good guys' crafts or whatever, as well as just bringing them down. Really well written, good, great characterization. You see a lot of comics anymore that are written very quickly and the characterization is a little bit flat. And this, we're getting 3 or 4 really well done characters in this particular issue. We're introduced to the new recruit really well. There's a little bit of a twist at the end. It's not a huge twist, but it is one of those holy cow kind of things. You're like, well, I didn't see that. I really thought they were going to go in a different direction. And I still think there's going to be probably something with that. And you see a legitimately well done bad guy. Almost a Joss Whedon, again, back to their Firefly thing. And I don't want to keep throwing these poor guys under the bus for that, but really done bad guy. He's a bad guy who's doing something that makes sense from his point of view. He words it very well. But it's just matter of fact, you know, we've got, you know, you and me here, and the producer's like, well, one of you has to die. Just that's the way it is. And so figure it out. And it's just really well put together. I think anybody that wants a good read,
like me very much
and you need to check out IDW's Wild Blue Yonder. It's really, really good. This is the book. You should read this book.
Well,
in fact, there you go.
You weren't there.
So good.
I had to pick my own stuff this week.
It's a good
book. First time. I did all right, except for the homework.
Do we have anything else? We good?
We are moving on to save the best for last, because I don't know if we have a graphic for this or not, but we have some San Diego Comic-Con news.
We do?
I have notes.
Do you?
There's
notes.
Over. Yes. Which Mike Harrison told me not to let you see my notes.
Oh, well, it's because Mike
steal my thunder.
It's because Mike can't think on his feet or come up with an original idea, so he has to jot it all down in a numerical fashion. Whereas I may not be as eloquent as he is with the wordage, verbiage. I can at least
so you have something to talk about. You'll know what I'm talking about anyway.
I don't know. We'll see.
The first big news.
Big news.
Big news. Already heard San Diego Comic-Con. Yes, you probably already heard it.
On-site reporters Carmen Santiago, San Diego, something else.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? No,
you
right.
can't give me a wholehearted woohoo, but you can break into the Carmen Sandiego theme song.
I gave you a good woohoo.
Is she dating Waldo? Are they like, just, you know, Carmen and Waldo, like they can never fight? They're like
Batman versus Superman movie.
Love that never comes together. Sad love story.
Anyway, Batman, Superman.
Batman, Superman.
Possibly likely going to be Batman versus Superman.
Well, I don't know.
Sequel to Man of Steel. People are excited.
Of course they are. It's Batman and Superman.
I know. I'm just trying to break away from Carmen San Diego and Waldo.
I'm thinking that there's somebody right now that's thinking, hey, wait a second. That is a love. It's a Titanic, and you know where are they at? But that's awesome.
Okay,
I mean,
so Warner Brothers, Zack Snyder, and the David Goyer are both gonna be involved again. Scheduled to release in 2015.
And the best thing about it, guess who's not coming back? Supposedly, very adamant, not returning in the role, not gonna do it.
Oh, the Superman.
No, he's coming back, actually.
I thought Batman. I saw. What?
Okay, play Batman's not coming back.
Okay.
Who is?
I don't know.
You're killing me. I'm not gonna know. I'm not
I didn't write that down.
GeekStorm, she can't tell you who played Batman. I'm not going to, folks. I'm just not going to do it. Again, a producer guy can spend 2 hours in bed at the bottom. What April meant to say was, and anyway, that guy whose name is not going to be named is not returning.
Whatever. You can look it up.
Not coming back.
You're smart people out there, unlike me.
Not returning, and I'm happy about it because he was one of the worst Batmans ever. And that right there just got everybody off of you and back onto me going, what an asshole. That guy doesn't like Batman.
X-Men. Days of Future Past.
Hey, speaking of.
Yeah. They revealed it with 14 cast members.
Wow, that's a lot of cast.
Yeah.
That's a big cast. Do you know if Cyclops is returning?
I don't know.
All right.
The Wolverine's going to be in it.
The Wolverine! Yeah, I believe he's
I
think he's the catalyst. I think he's like he's taking the Kitty Pryde.
Let me tell you guys what happened anyway, because we didn't know if I was going to be doing the show by myself, so I frantically went home last night and took notes. So
I'm on vacation.
Give me some credit here.
I came in. Give me credit. I rolled in on my vacation. Like, hey, you know what's more important? Me sleeping in, having a damn good time, or you folks? And I was like, you know what? You folks are more important.
You don't know
you
what
are
I
so
went
more
through
important.
to get here this morning. So anyway,
what'd you go through to get here today?
I'm not telling you.
You just made a big point out of it. All right.
I have to get a lot of people ready and drive really far.
I pushed the dog off me.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Rocket Raccoon.
A Marvel. Another deal.
Marvel, yep.
Avengers, Age of Ultron, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Those were all discussed and or talked about.
She's got more notes, Mike. You'd be so happy. She's a chip off your block. It's like a little mini doll. Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Mike Harrison, I wish you were here.
No, he'd have more notes than you. Notes everywhere. What else you got?
I have this.
Ooh, those are nice.
That's my...
Holy cow, it's all spiky.
I know. This is... You need to be nice to me. I wasn't joking. We've got spike stuff.
And now I've been threatened.
Yes.
What is up with that?
You need to be threatened, so you leave me alone.
All right, well, okay, what else
TV.
I love TV. I watch
talked
it.
about at the San Diego Comic-Con.
We got
Walking Dead set a premiere date.
October 13th, I believe.
Okay, sounds good.
You took a note, and on the note you said they have a premiere date, but you didn't write the date down? All right, now I am going to look at your notes. Nope, I'm not going to look at her notes.
Community. I don't know what that show is, but it was talked about.
But I wrote something down. There's a note.
I'm trying. Are you leaving?
Great. The producer's like, screw it, I'm out.
I don't even think they're going to put this episode up.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who,
I watched that show.
They are going to have... They gave a trailer for the 50th anniversary episode. If you spill your drink, I'm going to be angry.
We don't waste Coke.
Apparently, they're going to have both doctors in it. I don't know.
Both. All right. There's been 11, possibly 12.
I didn't write down which ones it was.
Oh, you are adorable, April
You know
Thatcher. Oh, now she's not looking at her notes. We're off the trail.
You come up with some
We're
stuff
off
that
the
they
rails.
talked
Well,
about.
we're so far over on time. I don't have to come up with anything. Like right now, like cut.
Okay,
stop.
so
It's a like, oh.
comics.
Oh, I love comics.
Yes,
I do.
whatever. Shut up.
Okay.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I like them.
Oh, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The 20th anniversary.
Of course it is. Shawn, remember, there are young geeks, and those geeks grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and damn it, we have to respect them too.
Okay. You're making me cry.
Okay.
So,
Are they gonna be
paper
fun?
cuts? Is that their
Oh, they're
publisher?
painful. I hate them. It's like a tree getting back at you.
Okay. They're doing this.
You're crying.
I told you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. It's not sad. It's laughing.
Okay. Like, wow, I picked on her to the point I brought her to tears. I'm like, Mike's never cried.
I'm not good of an actor. Actress.
So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That's how good of an actor I am.
Lost episode. Now I am, Mike, I am stealing from her notes right this second.
Okay.
Lost episode. Really? There's a lost episode?
No.
How the hell did you lose that?
All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, that is what they're spinning it as.
So it's going to be the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger 20th anniversary versus Doctor Who 50th anniversary, and they're going to fight.
Stop.
All right.
Okay, they're basing it on or calling it, I don't know, the lost episode.
Okay.
Alec, wait, I can't stop. Moving on, out of Power Rangers. So last week I read Red Sonja by Gail Simone.
Yeah.
She is coming out with a Tomb Raider, which...
Tomb Raider comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that should be really cool. Can't wait for that. I think that's the end of my notes.
I would love to see a Tomb Raider Uncharted crossover. Unfortunately, it's two different video game companies, but man, that would be so cool. So, Lara Croft, Nathan Drake. Do you have any clue who Nathan Drake is?
No.
All right, he's one of my favorite video games. It's really good.
You come up with some stuff now.
I don't think we have to.
Out my stuff.
Hey, thanks for checking out GeekStorm this week. That's what I'm going to come up with. I'm going to come up with credits.
See how much Shawn can make me cry next week.
So it'll be a good time. Well, Mike will be here probably, so I'll let him.
I might not.
He might come back to like try to make me cry, but he's been making me cry for like 20 years. Every time he sets foot in the room, I want to cry.
So anyway, we've been GeekStorm in lovely downtown Kokomo. Check us out. Check Pepper Whistle out. Check Comics Cubed out if you want to.
At 121 East Sycamore, not in fact wherever they said last week.
I'm wrong all the time.
Which I think sent you down to a van by the river.
I live in a van. No.
Next week on GeekStorm, we're going to talk about a movie.
Okay.
That's it, folks. That's really all we got. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for checking us out. Be groovy.
See you next week.